All right, so I was asked to make a video about using Nearpod, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of information about Nearpod right now on YouTube and on Nearpod platforms like an Instagram, but I would like to show how I use Nearpod in my classes, online English classes. And actually, I decided to show you from a book, a lesson. So today I'm using my son's beautiful headset, but I think I will take away my video because it's a little bit distracting. And to start, I have several accounts on Nearpod. And when I log in, I use my Gmail account, several of those. Why? Because sometimes I teach in different institutions, or, well, also because it helps me to save space in this case. So my presentation that I will be showing you is designed based on this lesson. So we have this book, which is American English File, and this is the second book, to File 2A. And I was working on this part of the lesson, making it interactive. Students do have digital books. No, in this case, no, they don't. I'm sorry. So they have to look at my screen a lot, and in order to make them participate in more meaningful way, I use Nearpod. So first of all, as you can see here, when I log in into Nearpod, I have different lessons, and in the account, you can see that I have used 62.2 megabytes on my free account. I erase lessons that I don't need sometimes, or I edit the lessons. For example, if this, here I have 8B, here I have 8C, for example, sometimes I just erase some slides and then I add the new ones. So currently, Nearpod has a lot of activities that are pre-designed, but I don't use them much. Like here in Biblioteca de Nearpod or library, you can find a lot of those, but I use my own. So what I do is I click on create a lesson. Yes, create, not a, well, yeah, an interactive lesson. And then I use different activities designed in there. So when I already have one, I can edit, yes. And when I need to make students participate, they just click on this and they get the interactive presentation. So right now I'm gonna open it in two different tabs, show you the teacher view and the student view, and then show how I made that, okay? So I copy the link, I send them the link, they put it in browser, just click on it. They have to put their names. In this case, Nearpod recognizes my name. And during the presentation, you can actually hide the names if you want, if that is more comfortable for your students, especially if you ask them to respond to something that maybe they would feel uncomfortable with, okay? Like a poll or some kind of sentences. The first slide, several slides, like right now, a student entered and he or she can see this 3D picture, which is called field trip. So in field trip, I can find a lot of different places. So right now I have Tokyo. Then I have one of the cities in Bangladesh. And then I had city in Mexico, Mexico City. And then we had Rio de Janeiro. So students can see what I show them, but they cannot change the screen, right? They can only like, you know, leave the screen or something, change their names and so on. So here we talked about the population of the cities, how big they are, and my topic here is no time for anything. And my next topic in the next unit is going to be superlative cities. So I try to connect both of these by showing them the cities and talking about the population. For example, Mexico City has bigger population than Tokyo. And then I asked them to answer the questions. It says that if I want to show video to all of the students or only on my screen. So if I choose only my screen, then they will not be able to manipulate it. If I choose everybody, then here on the slide, they have open-ended question, and they can also participate in watching video on their terms, right? So they click on play, they hear the sound. New York in the rain. It's a long video, but I just asked them to watch maybe a couple of seconds and answer the question. How would you describe life in huge cities? Write 3 adjectives. In my case, I can see the name of the student. Here I can also see who is active. Like I said, I can hide the names. Yes. And then I ask them to please write something in here. Yes. So they have options of writing. So they can say crowded, polluted, exciting, maybe, right? So they can send it, and they can also edit their responses. So right now I can see that answer, but in case if student decides to do something, they can click on another text, right? Or maybe add something, change something. Expensive. They can add the word and they can send it again, which is good for correction during the class, right? So if I say, oh, by the way, you wrote something incorrectly, can you please fix that word? When they fix it, I can see it. Okay, so that's a very nice tool for the feedback. Then after we looked at reading part where we had to combine headings to the paragraphs, we read it all together. I highlighted some keywords. I showed them who Snow White is, who Van Gogh is, and so on. I gave them time to choose their numbers. Well, of course, they don't see anything like this, right? That's how it looks like. And then I asked them to do the test, right? So they see it like this. So no time for Snow White. What paragraph is that? That's the correct answer. Next. No time to write. Next. Next. And next. And next. And then they send it. Yes. So again, they can edit once you show them the correct answers. They also have access to some pictures that I added. So pictures that I add. Well, right now, this student, Marina, did not respond. Well, I can see the scores and the answers. I can project the percentage here. That's what they see, that all class responded 83% incorrectly. They can see their answers again, yes, where they made mistakes. And here I can click on each question and I can show them again what the quiz was about, right? After that, I can move on to the next activity in which they were trying to guess. Yes, that's the question here. That's a different slide in Nearpod. If the previous one was a quiz, this one is a poll. So here we have read the article again. One paragraph contains an invented piece of information. Which one is it? In this case, I showed them again the picture. See it, and I can see it right here. Yes, so they can look at the text again and they can vote. All right, so in this case, let's say they vote number 2. They send the answer and I can see that 100% of people voted that it's number 2. Again, I can show them their votes. That's pretty cool, but they don't see if it's right or wrong. They just see the percentage. And I can also see what they responded, or I can take away the names and only see the, excuse me, I can only see this, right? Then we started to work on another activity, which is again one of my favorites, which is called match. We had time expressions in the text like this: save time, more than 15 seconds, takes more than 15 seconds, wasting time, in a hurry, spend more time on time. I converted them into matching cards. Students see it like this: match the time expressions with the translation. They can take the instructions away, and now they have to click. They don't have to flip anything. This is not the one for memory test. These are just the pairs. So in the case of mistake, yes, that's what happens. And in case of the correct answer, it just stays in green. I can see how the students are participating. For example, that out of 6 pairs, the student made one mistake. So I always ask them to please take it easy, don't rush. Yes, look at the answers first and then click. Yes, so for example, then let's say my student decided to look at it and do it well. Yes, and now I can see this, okay? When I show them the instructions, I can also change the view. I can click on student view and I tell them, okay, before you start the activity, please look at my screen. And I can show them how it looks from student point of view. It is very useful because I don't use the two tabs. Yes, I only use mine. But when I need to show them something, I change to student tab. I show them how to combine it and I say, okay, now you have that much time. By the way, we can add time to this. Yes, I'm going to show you maybe in a moment how to add time, into which activities you can add time. And then finally, yes, in this case, they're cannot fix anything, they cannot play again or anything, right? But I can show them the correct answers. So we can click on this, can go back, they can take screenshots, or they can take note of these words and expressions or pictures, and then we can continue when they are certain of their answers, right? Okay, I lost my view, student view. Okay, next activity is again one of my favorite activities. This is drawing. Students see this image in the background, yes, and I always explain them how I want them to respond to this. So I'll go back to student view and I explain to them, right? This is the part of inductive grammar. So this image, yes, this is the one that I paste. I take the screenshot, I cut it, and then I drop it in the Nearpod. That's what I do. And now they have different tools. Yes, they have the pencil, they have the highlighter, they have text, and they can even add images. Yes, like extra images. Let's say since I told them that I need them to highlight their answers, so I tell them, okay, for example, look at the following words from the text. Are they adjectives, adverbs, or both? So if they're adjectives, please underline them in yellow. For example, the word bad is definitely an adjective, right? If they're adverbs, please underline them in green. For example, the word quickly is definitely an adverb. And if you can find one word that is both adjective and adverb, why don't you underline it in blue? Okay, but this is only one word, so you can work on that. And after you guys are done with this part, yes, you check each word and see, is that an adjective, is that an adverb? I totally allow them to use any resources they want, online dictionaries, Google, anything. I just want them to know where to find information. Then I say, okay, and by the way, we also have highlighting tool. Yes, you can make it bigger, you can choose the color. I don't know, whatever, pink, green, yes, whatever. And please, it says circle the correct answer so you can highlight it. For example, I remember in the text we had here, the title. So please look at the text. The words are not 100%, the sentences are not 100% from the text, but you can find all of the words. For example, the word faster, we're living faster. So you click on highlight, yes, choose the color, and then you highlight faster. Life is faster. Traffic in the cities is more bad or worse? Worse than it was. Meanwhile, I can see how they work on it. Right now, I won't be able to see it, but here in this part, yes, Marina is not working, unfortunately. Well, we can try to make her work again. So when she started doing something, well, my student, yes, doing anything, something, now I can see that should be in progress. One of the things that happened to me in Nearpod that it does not show everything very, very quickly. Yes, but as you could see, I had to wait maybe a couple of seconds. And then when, let's say my student is done, yes, she finished answering everything here and here. Yes, then she presses send. And now I say, oh, okay, she's done. However, I can even check while she's working. Yes, like in real time, I can see how she's responding in this case. And I can share this for everybody. Yes, so in this case, everybody can see one of the answers and we compare them. We can compare them. Finally, I can also add some slides. So if I don't want to jump from one page to another in my book or something, yes, I can just put it in here. They can see it pretty well. This is the slide just with simple presentation. There's no activity here included. And then let's say we can continue voice participation or something, right? So when I'm done, I can close the session or I can see the reports. Basically, I can check what my students did during the class in reports. So I can show you the previous participation of real students. So for example, yes, I can see that here 13 students worked on it. Yes, and I can download it. I can share it. I can go through each activity. So here when they were responding, their names, each activity, open-ended question, and so on. This is the open-ended. Then I can see if they drew something and how we participated in time to climb. Yes, I can see class board, their results in the game. Yes, student overall data, correct answers, wrong answers, student by student. If I need to see how they did, and then I can see in each question, yes, who made mistakes and who responded correctly. So Nearpod gives very, very nice statistics in this case, okay? Now, when I create the lectures, I choose my favorite activities. I have done them all almost, but I don't mix them all up. For example, in this case, we have time to climb. So in maybe 1 week, I'm going to use time to climb. In different week, I can use drawing, yes, or 1 week I can use the quiz, the next week I can use field trip. Usually I don't try to put all of the activities in Nearpod at the same time, right? If I show you how it looks like in editing mode, I like several things that Nearpod allows you to do to make your life easier. So for example, in case of time to climb, first of all, this is an interactive activity where students will participate as avatars. But when we add them, edit these questions, we can use pre-made activities. Yes, so I don't know if there is anything in English. I like I said, I didn't really check much. No, mathematics, social studies. well, I don't know, maybe something in other topics, but not specifically in English. Yes, there isn't much for specifically English. So, okay, let's say we don't need this part. Now, I can type the answers, yes, and I can add pictures to make it easier for students to see. I can search for pictures. This is like totally cool, yes. So when I, let's say, finished with this question, I can make a copy because it has 30 seconds and it has the answers. The was there, were there. Yes, I can make a copy. This question will be copied with the picture if I want to use the same picture for all of them, or I can add sources. I can upload one. Yes, I can drag and drop simply from my desktop, for example. Yeah. I'll put my picture in here. Or I can search for a picture online. Yes, so if I want to say best friends, yes, I can also find it in Google. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, here we go. Yes, and there are many, many pictures, many. Yes, and then I add it in here. Here I have timing for each question. So of course it's up to me if I want to change the time. Standard time is 30 seconds, but if I consider this is very easy, then I can change the time. And of course I can copy or eliminate the questions. And I save each activity. Now, time to climb is super awesome. Like when I finished adding slides, yes, here. The first part is about content where I have slides. I don't like beta slides. I don't really find anything like, oh, wow, this is the tool that I've been waiting for. I can add videos that are pre-designed in Nearpod. However, be careful with editing those videos because they're kind of heavy, and if you have free account, then you may have to delete some presentations or videos when you create new slides. You can add here any kind of link from the outside of Nearpod. Nearpod 3D is pretty cool. Sometimes when I know that it's going to take some time for students to join, or if I have a conference or something, I put this kind of 3D activity for them so they can just, play with it or something. And then we also have, this is the field trip, some BBC videos. If you're teaching something, specific, you can find it. Sways are pretty cool. If, again, you can find the topic you need. Yes, because here we have topics included, or you can create one. I don't really play with creating new ones. But let's say if I talk about culture, yes, I can start with Big Ben, not Big Bang, sorry. And I also use sometimes this one, the PDF option, because they can instantly download file and see it with Zoom or anything. Yes, when you're showing them something. So you don't have to do it on your computer. Rather, you can just tell them, okay, here's the file and please look at it and answer the questions. As for the activities, the ones that we saw are time to climb, open-ended question, matching, quiz, drawing, tablero colaborativo, or the board. This is also pretty cool. Right now, it's hard to show it because there's going to be only one person participating. We have different designs, whatever you like. You can put here the topic. Hi, how are you? And then when you open it for participation, you can decide whether you want to allow the answers one by one, or students can paste without your permission. Again, you can add some kind of image here. And then finally, the tools that I use. What else do I use? Let's see if there's anything here still. Oh, it's loading. In activities, yes, complete the spaces. Also, this one is pretty easy. You type something. Hello, my name is Marina. My last name is perfect. Okay. You click on next, and then you eliminate the words that you want students to place back. Okay, so let's see this one from student point of view. That was also a lesson, but now right now I just made some kind of Frankenstein. I used real lesson and then I put there some activities just to show in the video. So again, if I'm a student, I just put my name. And the first activity that teacher has to start is this one. You can choose if all participants can hear the sound or no. You can choose the theme. I did, of course, Halloween. It's October. This is what the students see. They can take any avatar they like. There are a lot of avatars, actually, so pretty much. All right, I am a zombie turtle, or I can be what? Okay, whatever I am. And then we start. So this is what I see. This is what the students see. So we do have questions and answers. Marilyn Monroe was an actress. And then I can see, oh, they responded. Let's move on to the next question. Let's say 3, 2, 1. While they're answering, I can only see this part. So should I read the question? So where Shakespeare born? What do you think you have to use? Couldn't see, was, where it is. Stay up, oh snap, and so on. Let's say we finished with this activity. We already saw how students can draw. This activity can be also enhanced with voice recording. I don't know if it's going to work right now, but we can try. It says here, record one sentence for each question. For example, can you say where and where you were born? So if I'm a student, I have two options. I can write or can record. Ideally, they record. So I was born in Russia in 1985. Then I send it. And then sometimes things go wrong in Nearpod. So I don't really use this activity online anymore. I use it as homework because you can assign Nearpod as non-synchronic activity, right? I think this is because I have, wait, oh, maybe it's this. Yay, we did it. I was born in Russia in 1985. It works, okay? So, okay, that was the trick. Yes, you have to ask your students to stop the recording, then send the recording. Cool. They can also edit, erase everything, and do it again. And then, like I said, this is the 3D. This is just, you know, something that you could put at the beginning of the class when you know that they're getting connected and they have nothing to do, but they can stay in the Nearpod active. Yes, because here my student is active, but sometimes when they go to a different tab or something, you can see them as inactive. And then we were looking at Sway, I think. Yes, Microsoft Sway. This is interactive presentation inside of interactive presentation. Amazing, right? So it says you have to scroll down. We're going to be talking about Big Ben in England. So when they scroll down, they can see some interesting facts. It's like a small web page inside. They can click to see the images. Yes. They can go through flashcards. They are pre-made. Like I said, I've never done one myself. I've just used them. And they can like participate in activities because you probably decided uh, to do think, pair, share or something like that. Okay. And oh, this is the collaborative. So here's the question. Would you like to approve student comments before they're posted? In case if your students like to write something ridiculous, yes, you can do that. Or in case you want, if you want them to check the grammar before they do something, right? So I usually say no. And when they participate, they cannot see the names of other people. They can only see the question. So fine, thanks. And when they post it, they can only see that somebody responded, while teacher can see their names or can hide their names. Yeah, like this. And then finally, we have the one with spaces. So the student sees it like this. All they have to do is drag and drop. Bam, bam. You press ready. And oh, wow, nice job. You answered 2 out of 2. And again, we can see that my students did really great job. To all of these activities, you can add time. Except for drawing, I think you cannot add time for drawing, if I'm not mistaken. So here the session is over for the student. And if I want to add time for some slides, for example, for open-ended question, it's right here. Yes, so if I need them to record one sentence for each, I will give them a 5-minute, 4-minute limit, and they will see it. However, be careful with this because once you give click on start, the time starts running. So it's better that you first give them the instructions and then you start the activity when you are in synchronized class. If you're in not a synchronized class, then there's no problem for this. So what do we do when we need to assign something? I think I just ruined a little bit something here because my students have to respond to this, but I will fix it. Here, student paste. Only the collaborative board will not work. Yes, so okay, fine. Then I have the link that students can use. And they don't need to wait for teacher anymore, right? They can participate on their own terms. I can also manipulate the due dates, right? And when they finish responding, I will see the report of everything they did offline. Yeah, do you believe posts? No. And so on. Okay, so that's my experience with Nearpod. That's how I use it together with the book to make the participation more active. And I think it was a pretty long video, so thanks for all of the patience, and I hope it was useful today. So I guess that's one of the good ideas that I can continue working on is recording more videos in a real classroom application. So one more time, thank you, my dear teacher Irina, for asking me to do this. And if that was helpful, I would be really happy to know about it. Okay, bye.